There's nothing worse than knowing you haven't given your client exactly what they were hoping for. Spending hours creating what you think is their perfect hair, only to see them leaving the salon looking disappointed, can be really frustrating, knock your confidence, and leave you asking where it all went wrong. After watching this video, you're going to know how to ensure you and your clients are on the same wavelength right from the start and gain your clients' trust through a great consultation. So over the next modules, we're going to share with you some hairdresser hacks and our personal tips on how to keep things simple, gather the right information, and how to translate this into the color your client is craving. Let's take a look.
Whether your client is new or you've been coloring their hair for years, every time they sit in your chair, they are putting their faith in you to make them look and feel their best. While some clients will have spent their days leading up to their appointments searching for images of their dream hair, it probably comes as no surprise that 68% say talking to the hairdresser about their color is the most helpful source of advice. Hairdressers remain the experts. The consultation is the time when they can finally ask you all their questions and get to grips with how their desired color will suit them. But did you know that actually nearly half, 41% of clients say they feel that they didn't get a consultation from their hairdresser? But what's even more interesting is that those clients who do get a consultation actually spend up to 35% more on products and services. Which means nailing the conversations you are having at the start of your client's appointment can help to grow your business, increase the frequency of your client's salon visits, and improve the loyalty of your customers. Let's take a look at how you can structure those essential first conversations.
We've broken the consultation down into just 3 simple steps. First, you need to identify who your client is and what their hair is like. Then you need to understand where they want to get to. Once you know all this information, you can then build a plan and offer a range of services for them to choose from which suit their wants and needs.
Okay, so your client has just sat down in your chair, you have introduced yourself and you're ready to begin. For some clients, particularly new ones, the salon environment is an unfamiliar territory. The opening to your consultation sets the tone your clients for the whole salon visit. No pressure. So here is how to get it right. The key is to lead your client rather than your client leading you. First, tell your client what you will cover in your consultation. Remember the 3 steps. I want to find out a bit about you and your hair first, then we can talk about your hair goals, and then I'm going to suggest some options, services and products which are right for you and your hair. It's that simple. The client knows what to expect and you are in control.
This is probably the most important step and one that hairdressers sometimes do without even telling their clients about it. Perhaps this is why some clients feel they aren't getting a thorough consultation. The challenge here is to gather as much information as possible about your client's personality and lifestyle, commitment and budget, and the starting point of their hair. Understanding all of these elements will ensure that whatever service you give to your client will suit how they live their life.
Why do you think it's so important to get to know your client's personality and lifestyle if they are just getting their root touched up? Well, what if they are just having this service because they don't actually know what else to do with their hair? Perhaps they feel locked into a color service which no longer fits in with their lifestyle or reflects who they really feel like on the inside. At the start of your consultation, ask your client how they feel about their hair. Try to pick out something you notice about the hair. For example, I see you like being very blonde, but you haven't been touching your root up for the last 3 months. Why is that? It could be that now they prefer a rooted appearance, or they don't have the time to maintain this level of blonde. Either way, this is essential information which we can talk about later when recommending the perfect service just for them. Try asking some provocative questions like, what would you do differently with your hair if you knew nobody would judge you? Or, what stands between you and the hair you really want? These might sound like unusual or challenging questions, but they are designed to make your client open up and give an honest answer. If they don't know what they want, reassure them that you can guide them through all the options. Even if a desired result isn't achievable today, you can work towards it over a series of appointments.
Establishing how a client identifies isn't always easy based solely on how they look, but it's a good place to start. Image and identity are often versatile. Every so often, we change our image based on fashion and mood rather than sticking to the same look for a long period. How we style ourselves reflects how we want to be seen. Speak to your client about how they identify. Do they relate to or are inspired by specific types of fashion and culture? Where do they like to buy their clothes from? Are they formal or more expressive and playful?
Now that you've gathered more understanding of your client's personality and lifestyle, you can then use this information to help you to work out their commitment level and budget. It is perfectly acceptable to ask if a client minds how regularly they come into the salon. If they want a service which requires them to visit the salon every 8 weeks, then so be it. Asking them about the commitment will also reveal something about the type of person they like to portray. For example, they might say, well, I like it to look on point and well put together, so I'm happy to come in every 6 to 8 weeks. But for some, they like it to look more relaxed and undone and therefore prefer to leave it longer between appointments.
Talking about money can sometimes feel a little bit awkward, but it's really important that we tackle this head on. This prevents you wasting your time talking about services which aren't right for them. A great way to do this is to link their budget to their overall hair regime. For example, you could ask, how much time and money do you spend on your hair? What kind of products do you like to buy and why? If they're spending a lot of time and money but they're still not happy with their hair, then you need to find out how you can fix this. But remember, we aren't quite ready yet to recommend products and services. We still need to gather more information.
Properly analyzing your client's hair will not only help you to work out your color formula and direct you towards the right services, but it will also ensure that you can avoid any nasty surprises. As a tip, always keep a record of your client's hair analysis so you can refer back. Use the shade selector to assess your client's natural depth. The best place to do this is at the root area, just below the crown, as the hair on the top of the hair sometimes will have been exposed to the natural sunlight and might appear lighter. Now you know the natural depth, use the lightning curve to establish the natural underlying pigment. There are 4 main hair types. Type 1 is straight, Type 2 is wavy, Type 3 is curly, and Type 4 is tightly curled or coily. Within each hair types, you can also have A, B, and C. This makes it really easy for you to quickly identify your client's natural hair type. As an expert tip, spray some of the hair with water and allow it to dry naturally while you assess the rest of the hair. This will give you an idea of what the hair is in its natural state. Using the shade selector, you can quickly identify if your client is 0, 25, 50, 75 or 100% grey. It's important that we check the whole head as percentages will vary and you might need to adjust your colour formula and develop a strength to avoid unexpected results. This is the diameter of a single strand of hair. You are looking for how fine, medium or coarse the hair is. Understanding this will help you to know how much colour to mix up and even where you need to start your application. Porosity is linked to the condition of the cuticle. While we can't actually see the cuticle layers, we can check for clues. Porous hair tend to look faded, lack shine, and feel rough and brittle. This is the cosmetic feel of the hair. Does the hair look dehydrated? Does it reflect the light? And how smooth does it feel? Even if you've colored your client's hair for years, it's worth checking all of the hair and asking about the services they have had before you start your application. A strand test is also a great way to avoid any unexpected results.
As the last part of this module, let's look at suitability. Beauty is personal and there is no one rule which fits all. So always keep in mind the conversations you've had with your client about their personality. Remember, it's always a good idea to do your consultations without the gown on. This way you can see what your client's wearing and the types of colors they like to wear. I'm sure you've already heard about linking your client's hair color to their skin tone and eye color. It's important to bear these in mind because you can dial up or dial down the types of contrasting or harmonizing results which your client is looking for. Just like with hair, there's a vast variety of skin complexions, undertones, and eye colors, but let's keep things simple. Skin complexion is the overall appearance of the skin, from dark, medium, or light. The skin undertone is where we bring in some additional elements such as warm or cool. Yellow tones signal warmth in the skin. Areas of pink or redness tell us that the skin is cool. When assessing your client's eye color, we need to check how warm or cool they are. Greens, blues, and very dark browns and grays are, of course, cool colors. Golden browns, hazel, and golds are warm eye colors. When it comes to selecting a shade for your client's hair color, there's no real right or wrong. It's about controlling the effect you want to create. As a general rule, for more natural-looking effects, choose shades which are close to your client's features. If your client is generally cool, then a cool hair color will suit them. But if you want to create more contrasting or bold effects, introduce shades which are opposite to your client's features. Now that we have a good understanding of our client, click through to the next video module where we'll discuss how to determine their ideal hair destination.